Exodus chapter 10. Then Adonai said to Moshe, Go to Pharaoh, because I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, so that I might show these my signs in their midst, so you may tell your son and your grandchildren what I have done in Egypt, as well as my signs that I did among them, so you may know that I am Adonai. So Moshe and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said to him, This is what Adonai, the God of the Hebrews, says. How long would you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, so they may serve me. Or else, if you refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring locusts into your borders. Then they will cover the face of the earth, so that no one will be able to see the ground. They will eat the remainder of what escaped, whatever is left from the hail, and eat every tree that grows for you out in the field. Your houses will be filled, as will the houses of all your servants and the houses of all the Egyptians, as neither your fathers nor your grandfathers have seen since the day they were on earth until today. Then he turned and went out from Pharaoh. Pharaoh's servants said to him, How long will this man be a snare to us? Send the men, so they may serve Adonai their God. Don't you realize yet that Egypt is being destroyed? So Moshe and Aaron were brought to Pharaoh again. Go, serve Adonai your God, he said. But who will be going? Moshe answered, We will go with our young and our elderly, our sons and our daughters. We will go with our flocks and our herds, for we must have Adonai's feast for him. But he said to them, So may Adonai be with you if I ever do let you go with your little ones. See clearly now, evil is in your face. Not so. Go now, the men, and serve Adonai. For that's what you are seeking. And then they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. Then Adonai said to Moshe, Stretch out your hand over the land of Egypt for the locust, so they may come up onto Egypt and eat every plant in the land, everything the hail has left. So Moshe stretched out his staff over the land of Egypt, and Adonai brought an east wind over the land all that day and night. When it was morning, the east wind brought the locust. The locust came up and over all the land of Egypt and rested on the entire territory of Egypt, so dense there was nothing like it before them, nor will there ever be again. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they ate every plant in the land, and all the fruit from the trees that the hail had left. No green thing remained, not a tree or a plant of the field throughout all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh quickly called for Moshe and Aaron and said, I have sinned against Adonai your God and against you. Now forgive my sin, only this once, please. So pray to Adonai your God, just so he would take this death away from me. So he went out from Pharaoh and prayed to Adonai. Then Adonai turned the wind from the west, very strong, and it carried off the locusts and drove them into the sea of reeds. Not one locust remained in all the territory of Egypt. But Adonai hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let Bnei Israel go. Then Adonai said to Moshe, Stretch out your hand toward heaven, and there will be darkness over the land of Egypt, a darkness that may be felt. So Moshe stretched out his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt for 3 days. They could not see one another, nor could anyone rise from his place for 3 days. Yet all Bnei Israel had light within their dwellings. Pharaoh called Moshe and said, Go serve Adonai, only let your flocks and your herds remain. Your little ones may also go with you. But Moshe said, You must also put sacrifices and burnt offerings into our hand. Then we will do it for Adonai our God. Our cattle must also go with us. Not a hoof may be left behind. We must take from them to serve Adonai our God. We ourselves will not know how we will serve Adonai until we arrive there. But Adonai hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he was unwilling to let them go. So Pharaoh said to him, Go away from me. Take heed never to see my face again, because on the day you do, you will die. Right, Moshe said. You said it. May I never see your face again. Chapter 11. Now Adonai had said to Moshe, I will bring one more plague upon Pharaoh and on Egypt. After that, he will let you go from here. When he lets you go, he will surely thrust you out altogether from here. Speak now into the ears of the people, and let every man ask from his neighbor and every woman from her neighbor for articles of silver and gold. Adonai gave the people favor in the eyes of the Egyptians. Indeed, the man Moshe was very great in the land of Egypt, in the eyes of Pharaoh's servants, and in the eyes of the people. So Moshe said, This is what Adonai says. At around midnight I will go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt will die. From the firstborn of Pharaoh sitting on his throne to the firstborn of the maidservant behind the mill, along with all the firstborn cattle. There will be great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, the likes of which has never been before, nor will ever be again, but not so much as a dog will growl against any of Bnei Israel, neither man nor beast, so that you may know that Adonai makes a distinction between the Egyptians and Israel. All these servants of yours will come down to me and bow down to me, saying, Get out, you and all the people who follow you. After that I will go. Then he went out from Pharaoh hot with anger. Adonai had said to Moshe, Pharaoh will not listen to you, so that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. So Moshe and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, yet Adonai hardened Pharaoh's heart, so he did not let Bnei Israel go out of his land. Chapter 12. Now Adonai spoke to Moshe and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month will mark the beginning of months for you. It is to be the first month of the year for you. Tell all the congregation of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb for his family, one lamb for the household. But if the household is too small for a lamb, then he and his nearest neighbor are to take one according to the number of the people, according to each person eating. You are to make your count for the lamb. Your lamb is to be without blemish, a year-old male. You may take it from the sheep or from the goats. You must watch over it until the 14th day of the same month. Then the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel is to slaughter it at twilight. They are to take the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and on the crossbeam of the houses where they will eat it. They are to eat the meat that night, roasted over a fire with matzot and bitter herbs. They are to eat. Do not eat any of it raw or boiled with water, but only roasted with fire. Its head with its legs and its innards. So let nothing of it remain until the morning. Whatever remains until the morning you are to burn with fire. Also you are to eat it this way, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. You are to eat it in haste. It is Adonai's Passover. For I will go through the land of Egypt on that night, and strike down every firstborn, both men and animals, and I will execute judgments against all the gods of Egypt. I am Adonai. The blood will be a sign for you on the house where you are. When I see the blood, I will pass over you. So there will be no plague among you to destroy you when I strike the land of Egypt. This day is to be a memorial for you. You are to keep it as a feast to Adonai throughout your generations. You are to keep it as an eternal ordinance. For 7 days you are to eat matzot, but on the first day you must remove hametz from your houses. For whoever eats hametz from the first day until the 7th day, that soul will be cut off from Israel. The first day is to be a holy assembly for you, as well as the 7th day. No matter No manner of work is to be done on those days, except what is to be eaten by every person, that alone may be prepared by you. So you are to observe the feast of Matzot, for on this very same day have I brought your ranks out of the land of Egypt. Therefore you are to observe this day throughout your generations as an eternal ordinance. During the first month, in the evening of the 14th day of the month, you are to eat matzot until the evening of the 21st day of the month. For 7 days, no hametz is to be found in your houses. For whoever eats hametz, that soul will be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he is an outsider or one who was born in the land. You are to eat no hametz in all your houses. You are to eat matzot. Then Moshe called for all the elders of Israel and said to them, Go select lambs for your families and slaughter the Passover lamb. You are to take a bundle of hyssop, dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and apply it to the crossbeam and 2 doorposts with the blood from the basin. None of you may go out the door of his house until morning. Adonai will pass through to strike down the Egyptians, but when he sees the blood on the crossbeam and the 2 doorposts, Adonai will pass over that door and will not allow the destroyer to come into your house to strike you down. Also, you are to observe this event as an eternal ordinance for you and your children when you come into the land which Adonai will give you as he has promised. You are to keep this ceremony. Now, when it happens that your children ask you, What does this ceremony mean to you? You are to say, It is the sacrifice of Adonai's Passover, because he passed over the houses of Bnei Israel in Egypt when he struck down the Egyptians, but spared our households. So the people bowed their heads and worshipped. Then Bnei Israel went and did it. They did just as Adonai had commanded Moshe and Aaron. So it came about at midnight that Adonai struck down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh sitting on his throne to the firstborn of the captive who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn cattle. Then Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was loud wailing in Egypt, for there was not a house where someone was not dead. So he called for Moshe and Aaron at night and said, Rise up, go out from my people, both you and Bnei Israel. Go, serve Adonai as you have said. Take your flocks and your herds as you said, and be gone, but bless me too. Now the Egyptians urged the people, sending them out of the land quickly, for they thought, We will all be dead. So the people took their dough before it was leavened, with their kneading bowls bound up in their clothes on their shoulders. So Bnei Israel acted according to the word of Moshe. They asked the Egyptians for articles of silver and gold and for clothing. Adonai gave the people favor in the eyes of the Egyptians, and let them have what they have asked for. So they plundered the Egyptians. Then Bnei Israel sojourned from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, as well as children. Also a mixed multitude went up with him, along with the flocks, herds, and heavy livestock. They had baked matzot cake from the dough that they brought out of Egypt. It had no hametz, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not delay, so they had not made provisions for themselves. Now the time that Bnei Israel lived in Egypt was 430 years. So it happened at the end of 430 years, to the very day, that all the armies of Adonai went out from the land of Egypt. It was a night of watching for Adonai to bring them out of the land of Egypt. This same night is a night of vigil for Adonai, for all Bnei Israel throughout their generations. Then Adonai said to Moshe and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. No foreigner may eat it, but every man's servant that is brought for money after you have circumcised him may eat it. Nor should a visitor or hired servant eat it. It is to be eaten inside a single house. You are not to carry the meat out of the house, nor are you to break any of its bones. All the congregation of Israel must keep it. But if an outsider dwells with you, who will keep the Passover for Adonai, all his males must be circumcised. Then let him draw near and keep it. He will be like one who is native to the land, but no uncircumcised person may eat from it. The same Torah applies to the native as well as the outsider who dwells among you. So all Bnei Israel did so. They did just as Adonai commanded Moshe and Aaron. It was on that very day, that Adonai brought Bnei Israel out of the land of Egypt as armies. Chapter 13. Adonai spoke to Moshe, saying, Consecrate to me all the firstborn from every womb of Bnei Israel, both men and animals. This is mine. Moshe said to the people, Remember this day on which you came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by a strong hand Adonai brought you out from this place. No chametz may be eaten. This day in the month of Aviv you are going out, when Adonai brings you into the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he swore to your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey. You are to observe this service during this month. For 7 days you are to eat matzah, and the seventh day is to be a feast to Adonai. Matzot is to be eaten throughout the 7 days, and no chametz is to be seen among you, nor within any of your borders. You are to tell your son on that day, saying, It is because of what Adonai did for me when I came out of Egypt. So it will be a sign on your hand and a reminder between your eyes, so that the Torah of Adonai may be in your mouth. For with a strong hand Adonai has brought you out of Egypt. You are to keep this ordinance as a moed from year to year. Now when Adonai brings you into the land of the Canaanite, as he swore to you and your fathers, and gives it you, you are to set apart to Adonai every firstborn from the womb, and every firstborn male animal you have will be Adonai's. Every firstborn donkey you are to redeem with a lamb, and if you do not redeem it, then you are to break its neck. But if you are to redeem every firstborn male among your sons, so when your son asks you in times to come, What is this? Say to him, By a strong hand Adonai brought us out from Egypt, the house of bondage, and when Pharaoh refused to let us go, Adonai slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both men and animals. So I sacrificed to Adonai all firstborn males, but I redeemed the firstborn of my sons. So it will be like a sign on your hand and like frontlets between your eyes. For a strong hand Adonai brought us out of Egypt. After Pharaoh had let the people go, God did not let them along the road to the land of the Philistines, although that was nearby. For God said the people might change their minds if they see war and return to Egypt. So God led the people around by the way of the wilderness to the Sea of Reeds, and Bnei Israel went up out of the land of Egypt armed. Moshe also took the bones of Yosef with him, for he had made Bnei Israel swear an oath, saying, God will surely remember you, and then you are to carry my bones away with you. So they journeyed from Sukkot and encamped in Etham, on the edge of the wilderness. Adonai went before them in a pillar of cloud by day to lead the way, and in a pillar of fire by night to give them light, so they could travel both day and night. The pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night never departed from the people.